Well, good morning, everybody. Aaron Nagler here with Cheesehead TV, coming to you live with your Packers Daily Chat. It's Friday, and the Packers don't have to worry about anything this weekend because that's right. They have a bye wild card weekend or super wild card weekend, if that's what the NFL is calling it, is almost upon us. 3 games tomorrow, 3 games Sunday. Ooh, baby, the Sofas are going to get a workout across America tomorrow. Tell you that. Um, we're here. We're live. What's up, everyone? YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. How y'all doing? I know one person who can't join. Damn, he said it out loud. Good morning in the comments section. How is everybody? Sandy, hello. Amar, always great to see you. Gary, yo, yo, yo. What's up? Nags back and Black Logan. I just felt, it's cold. It's cold here today. And I wanted to wear my mom's sweater. My mother knit this for me all many, many, many years ago. It's a classic longshoreman sweater. I just love it. It's so coat. It's like, it's a favorite. So, I figure wear the Cheesehead TV hat, get my longshoreman sweater on, stay warm, get the black and white. I mix right in with the boys back here. It's all good. Ken, morning. Steve, how are you? Good to see everybody. Josh, who should be getting the most credit for the defensive turnaround the last few weeks? Pettin, Gary, Savage, or Matt LaFleur? Well, if everyone's going to sit here for months and say that Pettin should be fired, and I'm not saying you were specifically, but certainly there was a lot of grumblings about fire Pettin. Pettin's got to go. When are they going to fire Pettin? When things do turn around, I think it's time to give the man some due. There are still going to be aspects of how he designs a defense and calls it during the games that are probably going to be frustrating to everybody, including myself. But you can't deny the results, and he has been putting guys in a position to succeed. And it certainly helps that he has had some of those younger players start to come on, specifically Gary and Savage. But it's a group effort, and you can certainly see all three levels playing, kind of all Pistons firing at the same time in a way that you hoped you would see coming down the stretch here. I think a big component of it is fixing the middle. There were, when they were playing Kirksey full time there, it was less than stellar. There were a lot of problems. Teams were taking advantage of it. I think the emergence of Chris Barnes, again, not a panacea, not fixing everything, but it certainly has solidified things, and they found a good rotation there that includes Kirksey. He's still being utilized, and obviously Kamal Martin is part of that. But I think that more than anything, because I think you always saw the talent at the other levels, but the middle was always a real issue. And I think they found a pretty good handle on the rotation there. I think to me, that's the one thing that's really helped everything gel, especially on early downs, to get them into some of those third and longs where you can let Savage get after it. You can let Amos get after it. You can allow those guys to maybe drive on a ball a little bit better because they know it's third and long, etc. Yeah, but to me, that's, you got to give Pettin his due. At least I will. Big Cheese, thanks for the super chat. As much as I would love to kick the crap out of the Bears for a third time, I want to play Tampa Bay to get back and stick it to Tom Terrific. TGIF, Nags. Big Cheese, I'm with you. I've been saying it all week. People say, oh, they don't want the Bucks and all that. Bring on the Bucks. I want the Bucks. I want revenge for earlier in the year when the Packers played their crappiest game of the season. Rodgers had by far and away his worst game of the year. But just overall, Rodgers, Brady, Lambeau, playoffs, what more could you want? Man, I'm all in on that. That's just as a football fan, that'll be fun. And good morning. Thanks for the super chat. Hope Indy's treating you guys well. Is it fair to say that most, if not all, of McCarthy's playbook is gone? I wouldn't say all, but I would say a good part of it, especially a lot of the stuff we saw from last year that they tried to mesh. Rodgers mentioned it himself. I think it was last week, about how this past summer when they were doing a lot of the Zoom stuff, trying to go over the playbook play by play, they found a lot of stuff that they had kept in because Aaron was comfortable with it, that they didn't think worked, that they didn't think meshed with what they were incorporating from LaFleur. But I wouldn't say it's 1,000% gone. There are still hints of it here and there. I think a lot of the stuff that you see them get to, not necessarily with 5 wide receivers on the field, because we don't see that, but when they go to the empty stuff, where they have the back motion out of the backfield, or they come out just straight out of the huddle onto the line of scrimmage with 5 eligible receivers, kind of across the line. A lot of that is still, if not McCarthy's playbook, so to speak, it is still stuff that, Aaron's running from his time with Mike. You heard LaFleur on transplants talk about how Aaron's making adjustments to the line of scrimmage at the last second. He doesn't know how he does it. Well, it's banked reps, for so many years in empty situations from McCarthy's offense. A lot of those guys were with Aaron. So, obviously there are some newer guys now incorporated, but you're talking about Devontae, he knows it in his sleep what adjustments Aaron's probably talking about at the line of scrimmage. And a lot of the stuff that they do when they go empty is similar to what they did under McCarthy. Now, not all of it. No, I'm not saying it's 100%, but there's still smatterings of it there. No doubt about it. Jeezy Baby 43, thank you for the super chat. I tried to order Bears Still Suck hoodie, but said it was canceled, but still charged me. Is there an email I can check for status of the order? Jeezy Baby, you didn't have to send a freaking super chat for that. Yes, 1,000%. Send an email to contact@cheeseheadtv.com. It shouldn't be canceled. I know Teespring can be wonky sometimes, so I'm sure your order is still in the works, so to speak. But make sure you send that email to us, and I'll get on top of it. Ian Nags, love coach on transplants. Ian from the UK. Ian, thank you so much for checking it out. I think Raven Greaves' days are numbered in Green Bay. Brandy, if they continue to play at a high level like they are without him, it might be easy to move on, no doubt about it. I think they're a better defense with him out there. The problem is he is so often rarely out there. So, and I like Raven a lot. And I think, like I said, I think they're a better defense with him. I think he brings a physical presence. I love his style of play. But it's hard to continue to count on a guy when he can never stay on the field. Shout out to all the Scottish Packers fans. What's up, Danny? How you doing over there in Scotland? Hello from New York. Go Pack Go. Worldwide, baby. Do you feel like this Packers team could well be dominant for many years, especially with the way Rodgers has entered the third and highly productive act of his career? They could be. I think it all depends after next year. I think after next season is the kind of flashpoint as far as what they're going to want to do going forward at the quarterback position. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe they win the Super Bowl this year. They win it again next year, and Rodgers pulls an Elway and goes out on top after winning 2. That would be great. But are they set up to have long-term success? Yeah, right now, sitting here, January of 2021. Yeah, it looks like it. But never forget, Packers won the Super Bowl in 2010, came roaring back the next year, went 15-1. Everyone thought, oh boy, we're in the midst of the start of a dynasty. Haven't been back to a Super Bowl in over a decade. Windows are short, man. It's just right now I'm as worried about winning this Super Bowl. Do I think Matt LaFleur's offensive scheme would be successful with an average QB? Michael, kind of has been. Make sure you check out Ted Wynn's piece at The Athletic if you haven't yet. It talks kind of about this very subject. You've seen both Shanahan and McVay get to Super Bowls with average quarterbacks running a very similar system. I think obviously Aaron Rodgers supercharges it, and that's what Ted wrote about. But yeah, it's a system that is very quarterback friendly. There's no doubt about it. We hear Aaron talk a lot about the terminology and how much there's to spit out in the huddle and things like that, but kind of the schematic stuff as far as getting guys open and what the quarterbacks are asked to read, progression-wise, it's very quarterback friendly. So yeah, I think a quote-unquote average QB can be successful in it, and I think we've seen glimpses of that in both San Francisco and LA. I love the team pick. Cynthia, wasn't that great? What's so funny is I've had that card. It was on the back of the holiday card. It was the holiday card from the Packers this year, from PR, and I've had it in the house for weeks. But last night I was just kind of picking up around the living room, and I picked it up and I just kind of looked at it for the first time. Like I really stopped and looked at it, and I was like, "It's so striking. It's so interesting. It's such a great marker." And I saw, of course, because it's the internet, there are some people who are like, "Oh, that's so stupid." Like, "Oh, they're playing on a football field without masks. Why are they masked up? Why are they distanced? It's so dumb." It's like, no, it is perfect. 20 years from now, 30 years from now, some kid's going to be sitting through, at that point, it'll be some online annual that he's flicking with his hand, like Minority Report. But and he'll come across the 2020 picture. And it is a marker. It is a perfect capture of a moment in time of what this world is right now. And that's one of the great things about you can say football, but sports in general, as far as our obsessive following of it and our adherence to it. I bet most people in this chat right now could tell me where they were when Tynes kicked the field goal to send the Giants to the Super Bowl in the frozen NFC Championship game in 2007. I'll bet most people in this chat can tell me where they were when Tramon Williams picked off Matt Ryan at the end of the first half against Atlanta in the playoffs. These are markers in these moments in time that we kind of make personal, but they also remind us of what was going on in the world. You can track the history of the NFL with the history of the country. The history of Major League Baseball is always talked about in terms of the growth within not only the country, but the way the country was changing. There's so many great aspects of that, you know, where sports can connect us as humans to each other, to a time and place. That's what I love about that photo. And I know people are say always going off on a tangent. I don't care, man. I love it so much. I love that photo for that reason. I think it's really cool. Mm. Ann was in Lambo. I'm sorry. So was Corey, freezing his ass off. Philip, thank you for the super chat. Morning, Nags. Someone called me an old timer when I was playing basketball last night. So here's to watching more Cheesehead TV and drinking coffee. Philip, man, us old timers got to stick together, dude. I hear you. James, thank you for the super chat. MVP 12, lifting the Lombardi via Brady, Breeze, and Mahomes. Could we script it better? What's up, Nagler? James, like where your head's at. That is what I'm talking about. Nathan, thanks for the super chat. Do you have a team pick with Crosby in the frame? Yes. I'm sitting there on my sofa and I just took a picture with my cell phone, people. Give me a break. I'm not Evan Siegel, who actually probably did take the original photo. Just thought it was cool, people. Don't have to nitpick it. It ain't this is a Pruder film. Good Lord. Man, Iderson, I don't know what's going on there on Facebook, dude, but that is a lot of stuff, dude. I don't know what any of that means. We got what we got. Andrea, thank you for the super chat. A wise man you are, always giving us perspective. I think maybe you're giving me a little too much credit, but thank you very much. And thank you for the super chat. That's very nice of you. How many games a given week do you watch outside of Packer games, and how do you delegate the games you do watch? You mean talking about NFL games, like during the year? I don't watch that many. Not nearly as many as I used to when I covered the league. When I covered the league proper for Bleacher and then Sports Illustrated, I watched every game every week. At least I would try to get to the chopped up version, the condensed version. I tried to watch the full game of every single one. That's a little hard, but condensed version at least of every single game. Now it was funny. This is true. So Randall Cobb and I were messaging the other night, and I had totally forgot he played for the Texans. Totally forgot. And that's not a knock on Randall. Like I just totally forgot he played for the Texans. And I was like, once I started covering just the Packers, there was a time when I could tell you who like the backup guard was on every team. Now I have no idea who's on other squads. None. So it's just you get kind of a tunnel vision. Next, got any head coach interviews lined up? Lenny, let me tell you, if any prospective employers in the NFL saw me play my Madden game last night, I would never get a call. Oh, I was garbage last night. I was so bad. Preston, thanks for the super chat. When Jair was coming out of Louisville, could you tell he was going to be something special? You could see his amazing energy and swagger in highlights. I don't know if I knew he was going to be this special. I thought he was really talented. I love the Pack. I was shocked when the Packers took him because I know the Packers had not had any contact with him throughout the draft process, other than the combine, the regular stuff. But yeah, no, I'd be lying if I said I knew he'd be this special. I knew he was talented. I loved his swagger. There's that one clip from Louisville where he gets in somebody's face on the ground. He's like doing all sorts of talking, and I just loved that. I loved his swagger. Jim, thanks for the super chat. Super chat for the Zapruder reference. Have you heard from the papologist lately? No, Jim, we have not. I think the papologist has been derelict in their duties. But we'll see. We'll get there eventually. Next, thanks for everything you guys do at Cheesehead TV. Go Pack Go. Super Bowl, here we come. That. Now, see, we're here. Can you get everyone else here, please? Thank you. Is this the best roster the Packers have had in the Rodgers era? Wow. That's an off-season project. I would say it's close. I think you could, quibble with the depth probably across the offensive side. But, you look at defense, you got playmakers. You got playmakers on offense. You got depth across the offensive line. Defensive line depth's an issue. Although now you had Snacks. I mean, it's pretty good. The best? I don't know, man. Give me the offseason. Frank, thanks for the super chat. Howdy, you missed my previous super chat, good sir. Frank, buddy, I get, there's a lot. There's tons of them. I got to start putting up what do you call it? A disclaimer. Not all super chats are going to get hit. It's just impossible. It's just impossible. Frank, there it is. Is it possible that Love draft is too full? Perhaps a safety net giving Gutekunst the opportunity to double dip in the draft for a quarterback if Love is a bust. I guess if they make the determination that he's a bust, but only they can do that. It's not going to be because of anything we see. But hell, they gave Aaron Rodgers 3 years. Everyone was talking about him being a bust. Are they going to give Love 3 years? And at that point, then they go and try and draft another quarterback? Maybe. I mean, it all comes down to Jordan, right? I mean, he starts playing well and he develops the way they think he's going to. There's going to be an inflection point, and it's going to be a really interesting dance that they're going to have to do over there at 1265 Lombardi. Is it possible? Yes. Do I think it's likely? No. Uncultured Barbarian, thank you for the super chat. Pappy's tip, and it's a fun time to be a Packers fan. Grossi gets on Sunday Night Football intro, but Cheesehead TV gets the coach. Hey, man, we're all just loving the Packers. That's all that matters. That is all that matters. Hey, Grossi's interviewed Mark Murphy twice. I can't even get Mark Murphy on the phone. So Grossi's all about it. Worst special teams play. Robin, not even close. Have you forgotten the Zook teams already? Have you forgotten the fake fucking field goal that the Detroit ran in week 17 already? Come on, not even close. Mm-hmm. Cyril, what's up, buddy? Thanks for the super chat. If they open up next week's game to fans, what do we have to do to get Corey in that stadium? Well, they announced last night there will be 6,000 tickets available for season ticket holders that opted in. Corey did opt in. So when he gets that email, whenever they send it out, he will be putting in for a purchase of said ticket. We'll see if he gets it. I tell you what, I absolutely love to see him in there. Did I see McAfee's take on J.J. Watt to the pack? No, I did not. Bring back Slocum. All right, slow down. What precautions, if any, are the Packers asking players to take in separating player meetings and out of buildings, staying out of stores, spouse staying out of public buildings, etc.? Well, Glenn, I don't know about the spouse stuff. I mean, it's just a continuation of what we asked LaFleur specifically about that last week during availability. There's no new messaging. There's no new ask. It's continuing to do what you've been doing protocol-wise. And look, you got to say, knock on all the wood, Packers have been pretty damn successful considering. Now, obviously, you can't shut it out completely. We know A.J. Dillon missed a lot of time. They're having guys on the list at times during the season. But, man, you look at places where it has swept through position groups and knocked out basically teams, the Packers have done a really good job. So keep doing what you're doing. My message to the Packers. As far as are any additional things for the playoffs? Not that I've heard. It's just like you heard Aaron Rodgers talk about it yesterday on availability, or maybe you didn't. He was asked about, something he said about getting his groceries. Oh, Wildy asked him if he still goes to get his groceries or if he gets them delivered. And Rodgers said he was at Woodman's yesterday. Which I think, I go to I live in 3 places. The studio outside of my home, the studio when we do transplants where everyone's masked up. I go to the grocery store and I go to the laundromat. Those are the places. Those are the only places I go now. So, people still got to live and be humans. And like I said, they've been pretty damn successful so far this year. I trust them. I mean, we talked all offseason, right, about how how teams handled the protocols and the restrictions and rose to the occasion. What did Devontae say? You know, I'm a hermit, so it pretty much doesn't bother me. Just need a team of bought-in hermits. Patrick, thank you for the super chat. Go Pack, go! Carry the G. That's what I'm talking about. Time to bring home the Lombardi is now. Bob, that's what I'm talking about. Jake in the box, what's up, buddy? Thanks for the super chat. You said we won't see much Dillon if Williams and Jones are healthy. Do you think they'll roll him out as a new fresh weather resistant weapon? I mean, maybe, I guess, if it's inclement weather and they think he can do some damage, possibly. I doubt it, though. I think they view Jamal very much in that vein. He's been their mudder in the past, so to speak. But it's possible. They want some fresh legs or what have you. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them, but I'll still be surprised if we see significant involvement with Dillon. Now, maybe a handful of carries, sure, but I don't think he's going to be a major part of the game plan while those two are healthy, regardless of the weather. Can't believe Rodgers doesn't get mobbed for autographs at Woodman's. That's pretty cool. He is given space. I think most people in Green Bay are used to Packers players, whoever they are, just being around. It's such a small place, such a fishbowl. Plus everyone's masked up. And you see these guys sometimes, they get their hats like this and they're masked up and, I think most people probably don't even realize it's Aaron Rodgers. So, but, also he didn't categorize or characterize the visit. So maybe he did get mobbed. I don't know. Hackett to Atlanta. I know he had the interview yesterday, but I'd be surprised if they hired a guy who, by all accounts, is a very good offensive coach, but hasn't called the plays in Green Bay for this amazing offense. Now, he did call the plays down in Jacksonville and did a very good job, I think, dealing with the limitations at quarterback down there. But yeah, I just think that's probably a big jump. Now, it only takes, getting in that door or that Zoom call in this case and just wowing somebody. Mike Sherman did it years ago. Mike Sherman was really kind of an afterthought and came in there and just knocked the socks off of everyone. Why are people texting me? You never know. You never know. If someone just completely, look at Matt LaFleur. LaFleur supposedly just blew Murphy and Gutekunst and Bruss Ball away, especially in comparison to everyone they'd already seen while they were interviewing. So you never really know what happens, but you might just catch someone the right way and really be impressive and have a game plan as far as how you want to put your program together. And I think most guys know the football. It's not like you get to that point in an NFL career and you don't know the football. It's about your program, about your personality, how you connect with other humans, whether you come across as a leader. I think Hackett does those things. I just don't know that Arthur Blank's going to go, yep, that's my guy. But we'll see. Happy fun, Andrew. What's up? I'm finding it, you guys. See, I start talking, and then super chats come in, and then they all get pushed up, and then I can't find them. So if you guys just want me to read the questions and not give answers, I can do that. Because I'll take your money. Trust me. So they announced that 6,000 fans at Lambeau, just more of an advantage besides being at Lambeau or not enough to really play a role. Oh, I think it'll play a role. And we also heard from Aaron yesterday they have other things to announce next week in regards to the game day experience. So we'll see what that is. I'm very excited. All right. Sorry, Andrew, I can't find it, buddy. Will Corey be at the game? We'll find out. I know he's going to put in for a ticket. We'll see. It only takes one Zoom call. That's right. All right, everybody. I'm going to have to get going. I can't thank you enough for hanging out, talking Packers. Really excited to watch the games this weekend, find out who the Packers are going to play next week. It's going to be a lot of time. Energy 8. You got the last super chat. If the Packers were to hoist the Lombardi this year, I would cry tears of joy and then drink lots of alcohol. Go Pack, go. One before the other, I would do both at the same time. All right, we're right here, buddy. We're right here. Hot take: Aaron Jones has better hands than Tavon. I don't think that's a hot take, Mark. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks so much for not only joining me here, but joining us on transplants, watch parties, Patreon members. Thank you so much for hanging out our Patreon happy hours every week. They are a ton of fun. If you're interested in supporting Cheesehead TV via Patreon, patreon.com/cheeseheadtv. All we ask is $5 a month. It does support everything we do. And we have a lot of fun on the Patreon happy hours each and every week. Thank you. Please hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, tell your family. Cheesehead TV, we are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Thanks a lot, everybody.